Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're viewing from. If you're a returning subscriber, if you're returning, if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome, and if you're a subscriber, thank you for riding with me for as long as you have been. I started this channel in 2012 as a way to look at options how to grow my hair back because my hairline was very receded from traction alopecia. I just wanted to add, at the time I started my hair growth journey on YouTube, no other black female was doing hair. And I really thank God that I am in this place where I am today because it has been a struggle. To be honest, this whole year has been a bit for me, excuse my French, but this is the reality. It has been an absolute shit show and I needed some time out. So at the start of the year I was pregnant and I no longer am, so I just needed some time to heal, and I didn't even want to come here to tell say anything about what was going on, or even just to tell people that I'm on a healing journey, because my healing journey was between me and my God, and to be honest with you, people can be quite sick on the internet, talk less of in real life. And do you know the most shocking thing about it is it does be the people you know. And I say that to say this, I did post on my, obviously I post here on YouTube, and I had somebody that is friends with me on my Instagram reach out to me and they were like, oh, hi Esther, this was the exact words, hi Esther, I was on YouTube and I happened to stumble across your videos, is it true? Have I ever lied to you in the past? Have I ever lied to you before? That was like, I actually just blocked this girl. Do you know what? I didn't give her any response because I don't feel I've ever given anybody any reason to question anything that I post here. It's here. If I vlog, I've gone to Turkey and you can see I'm on the fly, you can see I've gone to the clinic, you can see I'm on the bed with blood all in my head, you can see me having the transplant. Why are you now coming to me to ask me, is it true? So first and foremost, you're just looking for my attention, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I was still healing. I'm healing from a hair transplant. You're coming to me to ask me ridiculous questions. And to be honest, my patience for things like that runs very thin, very quickly. So I just blocked her. At the same time, I had posted that I had lost a pregnancy on my Instagram, and this girl, I just don't even care for this person, because this person, my sister is not on Instagram, so this person came off my Instagram after seeing that post, went to my sister to ask my sister was it true, and that is just sick to me. The person that went to ask her, have I ever lied to you about anything before in the past? Why am I going to come to social media and lie about something as deep as the loss of a child? Do you really think I seek attention that badly that I'm going to lie about losing a pregnancy? Come on. People on, like, the people's energy on social media and in real life is just two completely different energies. So as I was saying, the girl that reached out to me to ask me if I had, was it true that I had gone to Turkey to have my hair transplant done? It's so funny because obviously I have been doing YouTube for a while. I put everything here, and it's these people that are throwing sly digs about how I wear my wig or my wig isn't laid. I've been healing. Like, my first hair transplant I went for was in 2017, and it still took me a whole year to heal, and that's going into 2018, and then I went for my second one in 2020, and I've really been trying to avoid causing any damage to my hair by the way of laying wigs that I used to lay them, where they did look like they were growing out my scalp, because that's partially why I lost a lot of my hair to begin with, So I'm healing. Meanwhile, this girl is now, like, when I say sly digs are indirect, and it's just like little jabs of like, disrespect, indirect disrespect. And it's like, you should be now tagging me in like hair, this is how your hair should be laid, this is how your hair should be slayed. And I'm like, bitch, if you don't come off my, excuse my French, but if you don't just come off my social media, because I know what you're trying to do here and I'm not going to feed into it, okay? Guys, I digress. I had to get that off my chest. I am back now. I am better. Let's continue with the hair update. So guys, yeah, actually the reel, is it a reel? The reel? Short? The short that I posted a few months back, I actually had just found out, I think, yeah, I just found out at that time that I was pregnant, and I had every kind of intention of posting at that time, and obviously I just had to just opt out. Another reason I was reluctant to film this video, as you can see, I've got a good bit of length in my hair now in comparison to the reel or the short that I posted a few months back. And that is because I was feeling a bit down, and I just wanted my hair to just be a little bit freer. I have been using a lot of conditioner in it, and it has really softened the hair, but it was still just very tight and quite difficult to manage. So I did go for a texture release, not a relaxer, not a full-on relaxer, because I always swore that I was never going to use like a relaxer again. I wasn't going to use a chemical again, but I just said, look, what's the worst a texture release can do? I don't know if you can see, but the ends of the hair here are a lot thinner than the ends on this side. And so the hairstylist that I went to, let me just mark my words, I will never go to her again. And I say that to say that she's been doing hair for a long time. She knows about my whole situation in regards to my hair, like me having to go for hair transplants, my whole hair regrowth journey. And obviously she was the one that carried out the texture release. And as you can see, so it should have been a lot quicker than what it is now, but to be honest, I've lost so much hair. And this is because the texture release that she used, she left out a vital ingredient that was meant to be inside of it, and it was the keratin treatment. So obviously, to any kind of hair treatment, there are steps and they need to be followed. And she didn't even leave it in my hair that long, to be sincere. You know, I think she left it in my hair less time than what the manufacturer's instructions had asked. But it defeated the purpose in her doing that, because she left out the keratin. And what I experienced over, well, up and still until now, and this is going back 3 months ago, that she did it, and it's still shedding like crazy. And to be honest, it's very thick in the roots and it's gone very thin at the ends, where it's still just shedding. I was contemplating just shaving everything off, or just cutting it all down low and starting off again. However, I haven't done that. So I actually reached out to her. I was reluctant to reach out to her because I knew she was actually traveling. She was going on holidays the next day, and me, I didn't want to spoil her holiday. I was just being very mindful, you know? So I did it anyway, because I was just like, no, like there's no way. Like, she knows that like the last how many years now, since 2017, I've been on this journey. Why would she do this? And I only realized this because she sent me home with the keratin, which I actually thought was, do you know when you get a relaxer, sometimes you will have like 2 sachets of conditioner. So I just thought it was like the additional conditioner that was in the box I was coming home to use, and let's say in a week's time after having the treatment done, I would use that conditioner just to further kind of just treat the hair. When I took it down to use it, and I saw that it was like step 2 that should have gone into the actual treatment, and the hair started like was already breaking, and I reached out to her and I said it to her, and she was actually telling me that it's normal. My hair was so thin. I will insert pictures because I have them here. How thin my hair was after having that texture release done. She was telling me it was totally normal. Didn't reach out to me at all. Maybe like 2.5 months had passed, and I ended up going back to the salon where she works. She told me that she had a death in the family. I'm really sorry that somebody in your family passed away, but I've already reached out to you to tell me my situation. You're now back at work. That person has been buried. You've not even bothered to reach out to me once just to find out the progress. And that's what I mean, like, customer service is quite diabolical when it comes to black owned businesses here in Ireland. And that's like, before, when I did a video and I was talking about hairstylists here, like, people are now coming into the comments talking about style your own hair. Why don't you learn to do your own hair instead of like blaming hairstylists for the downfall of your hair? Am I not making my point? She's been a hairstylist for years, and she couldn't follow simple steps that were on a package, and she essentially ended up ruining my hair. And then her, just full of excuses, not even offered a treatment or a treatment that I can use in the hair to strengthen it up or anything, as somebody that is working in a salon. I will never go back to her again. She will never receive a penny from my hand. Yeah, that's that. So let's just get into it. So guys, as you can see, I mean, my hair is grown. It has really grown. Now it is still sparse. I went back to Turkey 2022 because I was hoping to have a third transplant to get the temples in here, and then, before my hair loss, I did have a widow's peak, and basically he told me that it wouldn't, if they were to transfer hair there, that it wouldn't do well. I don't really know why. So yeah, I'm just going to show you in other areas where it is kind of really still very thin. So like the front here altogether is quite thin. In here also it's quite thin, and if I pull this back here, it's a really big patch in there. Yeah, and then let me go to the other side, because I'm sure that there's another one in here. And yeah, I'm gonna show you the back. And the back has come in very nicely. I hope you can all see very well. So yeah, that's how it's going so far. And maybe just kind of like thicken up just the edges, basically. And they said no, and I really just don't know why. But at the same time, I'm thankful that they didn't just take my money and say that they could do what they couldn't do, because essentially that's what happened with Longavita, the first company I went to in Turkey. That's exactly what happened there. So if there happens to be any hair transplant doctors that watch this video and you think that you can actually complete the coverage on my hair, you have a new client. You have a new client. I'm ready to do this. Yeah, so yeah, I think this is the end of the video. I don't really think I have too much more to say. Apart from, obviously, I am not really doing anything to stress my hair. I've really been on like hair care and skincare this last year whilst I've been healing, and it's really worked for me, to be honest, because I've just really not been stressing about it. I think after having both transplants, I was kind of really just overworking my hair, which was worse actually, because essentially my hair was shedding a lot more because I was overdoing it. I think my follicles became clogged and hair. I would wake up in the morning, there was just hair on the pillow. And I just braid my hair. I will also try and look for an image of the way I wear my hair, just in single braids. It's quite medium-sized braids. And every day I just work in between my braids with serum. And I massage that for a while, and yeah, like I said, it's working for me. So It's time for me to give it a wash now because I've just taken out of the braids, so I can actually really show you what I'm working with here. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions or if there's anything you want to know, do feel free to drop questions down in the comment section or DM me. You can follow me over on Instagram. I will leave my handle in here so you can do so. And until next time, bye guys. Struggly and raggly.